Uh, we got another question from Kelly. What is the few thoughts on hiring offshoring DevOps versus keeping them in the country? And that's an interesting question for me because we were discussing about it has to do with collaboration, with communication, with being open, with probably being present in a physical way. What's your opinion on that? Because that's really interesting for me. Does it work for DevOps as well?
I don't want to have my opinion is not important, but I want to just interject because I think this is quite an amusing question because, of course, DevOps emerged from this movement onto off-premise, right? It merged into cloud. So theoretically, even philosophically, there's no reason why not. But immediately I can feel, maybe I don't like this. So yeah, what is the verdict on this? Moving a DevOps offshore, good or bad? Let's see it. Let's hear it. Ivan, your thoughts?
I mean, there are companies, friends of mine, several of them, they have just focused on that. They're just like, 5 people DevOps consultancy. And it's not, I mean, in this case, like inside the country, but this doesn't matter. In this case, actually, they have like also like international clients. So they are specialized on one thing and it's a certain DevOps activity, let's say, and they do a fantastic job. They have, as a Switzerland-based company, they have international clients, which is very unusual because, they're quite expensive, right? So that is actually something. So basically, the way you can reply to this is like, okay, how's your company set up? If the company is like this, okay, we just use this tools and we can actually outsource it, then you can just give it to one person in somewhere or to a like super professionalized agency. And that works, I guess. But if you have set it up in the way that, sysadmin type of thing, where there's like really like, I don't know, passwords in some plain text file somewhere and total access to everything, like, then it's probably really hard. Then you probably are better off having somebody like in the office, and it's like it depends on the company setup. So it's very basically impossible to answer it generally, but I understand the question because the question is about like, okay, it's like this almost supporting function, right? It's like so that everything runs kind of thing. So that's why we outsource it. Like that's the background probably behind the question, which a little bit I can like, or for example, if you have like you build like an app, right? Then you want, okay, then how's the UX? And we want the UX to be like in our region of the world. It should be culturally similar, right? You can't just, this is very hard. And if you have like one culture, you build a SaaS tool for that. And then you need like actually probably UX, UI design people who know how this consumer base works and so really focus. But here it's like, oh, it's a support function, like almost like a, I don't know, cleaning personnel or something, like taking care that like, it's like, if it's bad, then you notice, but if it's good, you don't notice. Like, oh yeah, it's clean, sure. It's like, oh, this is great cleaning. Like, with DevOps is the same, or IT security, it's like, oh, we have such good security. It's like, it feels so good to have the security or DevOps. It's like stuff like that, right? It's like, okay, if it works, it's like a good stomach almost. Yeah. So my stomach, like if I don't feel it, it's good. If I feel it, it's like probably ate something wrong. So it's like same here. So that's why they asked this question, right? So depending on the company setup.
No. Yeah, the most interesting thing you said there, Ivan, was the idea that good DevOps is invisible, right? In the sense that because it's working so well, it's like you might forget it's there. That's exactly what you want from this function. That might actually point into the direction of certain traits or personality types that when we're recruiting them, you need to get people that are appropriate for that type of work. So